Yes, this is cinema right here. So hey guys, how's it going? Been a long time since I've done a review, and I just feel like doing this one, getting back into reviews because I recently saw Only God Forgives. So yeah, let's get into it. Okay, so guys, I just wanted to say, see, I got friggin' a couple days ago, I actually got to meet Nicolas, Refn, and Cliff Martinez. As you can see, their autographed awesomeness right here. Also got a poster and my Drive Blu-ray signed. And that's the vinyl of the Only God Forgives soundtrack, which is really epic. So yeah, let's get into the review officially. I want to say that I actually did think this movie was better than Drive. And I think Drive is a masterpiece. And there was something with Only God Forgives, this extra layer that it had, that it just made me think it was better. I mean, people can disagree with me if they want. A lot of people have said the characters are unsympathetic, and I have to disagree with that because I find Julian's situation in the movie really interesting, which Julian's played by Ryan Gosling. And yeah, I've also heard people say that he's playing the same character that he is in Drive, but he's playing a completely different character. He's still silent, but his performance is so much different than Drive. In Drive, you can tell, you know, his cool, calm manner, like he's in control of the situation. You can tell here from his what he's giving off that he's not in control of what's going on at all. You can really see that, and the way he walks, it's like he's kind of like a wannabe like the driver character. Like he thinks he's kind of a badass. It ends up, a lot of situations in the movie, he ends up failing in trying to do that. And to me, that was extremely interesting. And in my opinion, this is a movie you have to just sit in the dark and watch it by yourself. That sounds kind of weird, but with no one else. Like I just watched it on demand late at night by myself. And literally after I watched it again like an hour later. And it's just one of those movies. It has, the atmosphere is insane. And another part of the movie, there's scenes that are just masterful in here. Like, it's insane. Nicolas, Refn, oh my god. It's just like, the scenes are just crafted to perfection. The subtext in them. And also, I mean, there's a crap load of things. You have to like be looking out for color, you know, how colors are working and how stuff is fitting together. The story is really told in the visuals, which I find that's refreshing. There's so many. This movie felt like it felt like a workout, because since we're having so many summer movies, and it's just like your film IQ kind of drops. But when I watch it, there's something with this movie. There's so many. It's so cool to see. It's like show, don't tell. That's what it is. I mean, there's so many things, like the main character loosening a black tie. That has this thing to do with it. That's something to do with the story. I mean, it goes down to that far. For me, it's a cinematic masterpiece. I loved like every moment of it. I didn't even get everything completely when I first watched it, but it was just so engaging. The way it opens, it was so much, like, not necessarily different, but it was doing everything right for me, which is really hard. I'm just like this. I mean, Man of Steel, and now these are completely different movies. With Rotten Tomatoes ratings of movies, they've lost all their credibility for me. I can't trust them, like, at all. It's ridiculous. And of course, it all comes down to opinion. The critics, my opinion, they're wrong. They're taking it off face value and expecting something you can just watch, and I don't know, maybe they're just confused and they don't like it. I don't know. It's just like it's a misunderstood masterpiece. That's the perfect way to describe it. And I have a feeling maybe 20, 50 years in the future, people are really gonna like appreciate it. I do really think that. And don't get me wrong, I love Drive, but like didn't like do it as much as this movie did for me. And I was just so mind-blowing. That's the thing about this movie. I mean, that's really all I have to say. And it's an experience. You can't listen to anyone else. If you hate it, I can understand why. It's mainstream audiences will hate this movie. There's, the fight scene in particular. Yes, I could see mainstream audiences. Yeah, no. I loved it. It's exactly what Nicolas Refn talks about when he talks about violence, you know, like it's all in the build-up. That scene is like the perfect example of that with how it works. And honestly, I was like so engaged in the build-up. That scene is masterful. Like it's incredible. And the soundtrack is perfect. I love the soundtrack so much. Wanna Fight, that part, you know, on the soundtrack is perfect. I was so I didn't think I didn't think the scene was gonna have music, but it does, and it was just like perfect. The cliche thing would have been no music. Check this movie out, and don't listen to the critics. Just go in with nothing. Just go in for yourself. Don't listen to what other people are saying, whether it's good or bad. I'm just saying that's my own. I give my opinion on it, but you don't even take my opinion necessarily into consideration. Just go into it and watch it. Just watch it for yourself, absorb it, take it in, and yeah, that's the best way to watch this movie. Only God Forgives is just, for me, it was such a mind-blowing experience that I've never had before watching a movie that it doesn't have a rating for me. I can't rate it. It's too good to be rated. It's beyond ratings, and that's my opinion. You can say whatever you want about it. But yeah, that's what I think. Tell me what you guys thought. If you hated it, I understand why, and let's keep this down to respecting each other and don't be going like 12-year-olds on Call of Duty, please. Thank you. It was really cool meeting Refn and Cliff Martinez. So yeah, guys, that's gonna end this review of Only God Forgives. And yeah.